These are the worst and most disturbing actors ever in the form of an iceberg. The further we move down the chart, the more shocking it becomes. Tip of the iceberg. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan's off-screen life spiraled into a tumultuous series of arrests, DUIs, and rehab stints.
She was arrested early Thursday morning here in New York, and she may now be facing new charges in California.
It was a relentless cycle of troubles that seemed to shadow her every move. Her legal battles became fodder for relentless media scrutiny. Lindsay faced an array of charges, including theft, drug possession, and multiple instances of driving under the influence. These incidents weren't mere slip-ups, they were significant legal entanglements that painted a picture of a life in disarray. The saga of her repeated trips to rehab was equally distressing. Attempting to conquer her substance abuse issues, Lohan found herself in a seemingly endless loop of recovery and relapse. Each stint in rehab was followed by public anticipation of her recovery, only to be dashed by another setback. The disturbing aspect of Lindsay Lohan's narrative isn't just the personal ruin, it's the sharp contrast between her promising career and her tumultuous personal life. Observing a talented individual succumb to a relentless barrage of personal and legal troubles is deeply unsettling. Lindsay Lohan's journey is more than a story of a former child star's fall from grace. It's a poignant example of how the pressures and temptations of fame can exacerbate personal vulnerabilities, transforming them into a distressing public spectacle. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's life is a stark embodiment of Hollywood's darkest underbelly, with a trail of substance abuse, legal woes, and disturbing allegations of domestic violence. These claims, emerging from multiple relationships, sketch a consistent and alarming pattern of abusive behavior. The controversy surrounding his HIV status adds another layer of complexity to his troubled narrative. His 2015 announcement of being HIV positive, coupled with accusations of not disclosing this to sexual partners, ignited widespread media attention and intense public discourse on issues of trust, ethical responsibility, and privacy in intimate relationships. Sheen's public unraveling in 2011, characterized by bizarre interviews and the infamous proclamation of winning while claiming to have tiger blood, turned him into a spectacle. While some found entertainment in his odd declarations, they overshadowed a deeper, more concerning narrative of a man grappling with severe personal issues under the unforgiving public eye. His story serves as a potent reminder of fame's shadow side, where personal struggles are magnified and can inflict collateral damage. Thus, Charlie Sheen's place on the disturbing actor's iceberg is warranted, not merely due to his eccentric public persona or personal tribulations, but through the confluence of his actions, the serious allegations he faces, and the broader societal reflections on the intertwining of celebrity, personal crisis, and public consumption. This interplay offers a sobering glimpse into the complexities and often unsettling realities of the entertainment industry. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf's arrests range from disorderly conduct to public intoxication, not to mention a bizarre episode of harassment and trespassing during a Broadway show, sketching a portrait of an actor besieged by personal turmoil. He's been involved in several public outbursts and altercations that have left people scratching their heads. Like there was this time he got into a major fight in the middle of a street in Vancouver. And let's not forget his performance art projects, which, to be honest, have been pretty out there. Some people find them creative, others think they're just plain weird. But here's where it gets really serious. Shia has been accused of abuse by his ex-girlfriend FKA Twigs. She came forward with some heavy accusations including assault, emotional distress, and knowingly giving her a sexually transmitted disease. That's pretty heavy stuff, and it definitely paints a troubling picture of what might be going on behind the scenes. Now, why does all this matter? Well, when you look up to someone for their work on screen, it's kind of shocking to see this other, darker side to them. It makes you question the person behind the characters they play. And in Hollywood, where image is everything, these kinds of actions and accusations can really change how we see an actor. Shia himself has admitted to struggling with alcohol and has sought treatment, which is important. Everyone's got their demons, but it's how you handle them that counts. Still, his actions have had real consequences, affecting his career and how fans see him. So there you have it. Shia LaBeouf's not just the kid from a family sitcom or an action movie hero. There's a lot more going on, and it's definitely put him in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. It's a reminder that celebrities are just as flawed as anyone else, but their mistakes are played out on a much bigger stage. Amanda Bynes. Chaos engulfs Amanda Bynes with DUIs, a shocking driveway fire, and disturbing social media posts painting a picture of deep distress. A public image, once sparkling, now marred by bizarre behavior and erratic fashion choices, underscores a profound struggle. Her behavior on social media also became increasingly erratic and concerning. Bynes made bizarre statements such as alleging the presence of a microchip implanted in her brain and accusing her father of abusive behavior. These posts were alarming and indicated a potential struggle with mental health issues. In addition to her legal and social media challenges, Bynes exhibited unconventional fashion choices and appeared to undergo significant personal upheaval. She was often seen wearing unusual wigs, piercings, and unconventional attire, prompting speculation about her well-being and stability. As her struggles became more public, Bynes sought psychiatric treatment and was placed under conservatorship, a legal arrangement in which another individual assumes control over her personal and financial affairs. Amanda Bynes' story is deeply troubling due to the dramatic shift from her early success to her subsequent struggles. Her journey serves as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by public figures and underscores the need for mental health support. In summary, Bynes' transition from fame to turmoil sheds light on the complexities of celebrity and the importance of addressing mental health issues in the public eye. Surface level. Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder was caught shoplifting over $5,500 worth of merchandise from a high-end department store in 2001. Imagine that. Clothes, accessories, all pocketed by a star who seemingly lacked nothing in terms of financial resources. The repercussions went beyond legal penalties, which included community service, probation, and fines. This episode became a pivotal moment in Ryder's career, casting a long shadow over her accomplishments in the film industry. The media frenzy that ensued wasn't just about a celebrity caught in the act. It delved deeper into character judgments and integrity debates, overshadowing her previous achievements and talents. Ryder's incident serves as a stark reminder that public personas are not immune to personal lapses, yet these errors are magnified, dissected, and debated in the public arena, often with lasting consequences on their careers and public image. Thus, the unsettling nature of this tale lies not only in the act itself, but in its aftermath. The transformation of a celebrated actress into a subject of controversy, the shifting public perception, and the introspection it prompts about fame, accountability, and human imperfection. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's career has been marred by instances of racist and anti-Semitic outbursts that are as shocking as they are indefensible. In 2006, he was arrested for DUI and launched into a venomous anti-Semitic tirade, accusing Jews of being responsible for all the world's wars. Such statements are not only deeply offensive but also reveal a disturbing level of prejudice, particularly alarming coming from a figure of Gibson's stature and influence. The issues extend to rampant sexism and misogyny. Recorded conversations between Gibson and Oksana Grigorieva, his former girlfriend, expose him using abhorrent language and issuing threats. This behavior isn't an isolated incident, it's part of a consistent pattern that paints a troubling picture of his attitude toward women. Moreover, Gibson's conduct includes allegations of domestic violence, adding a layer of seriousness to the concerns about his character. The capacity for both verbal and physical abuse signals deep-rooted issues that cannot be overlooked. Gibson's prominent role in Hollywood amplifies the problem. His influence means his actions reverberate throughout the industry, affecting perceptions and behaviors within the community. It highlights systemic problems within the entertainment industry, where such behavior can be overlooked or excused due to an individual's status or talent. Mel Gibson's inclusion on a list of disturbing figures is a stark reminder of the need for accountability and change, but no level of artistic achievement should serve as a pass for reprehensible behavior. Christian Bale. Christian Bale completely lost it on the set of Terminator Salvation in 2009. The director of photography, Shane Hurlbut, accidentally disrupted Bale's concentration, triggering a furious, expletive-filled tirade from the actor. This explosive moment was captured in an audio recording that quickly went viral, revealing a side of Bale that starkly contrasted with his composed public image. This incident isn't merely about an actor losing his temper, it's a window into the intense, high-pressure world of film production. Bale's method acting approach is renowned, but this episode left many questioning where to draw the line between an actor's commitment to their role and their behavior towards colleagues. The shock for many came from hearing the man behind so many nuanced roles unleashing such raw, unfiltered anger. It's one thing to witness Bale's intensity on screen, it's quite another to hear it directed at someone in a real-world context, devoid of any script or stage direction. Although Bale later issued an apology and the film industry has largely moved on, the incident remains a poignant reminder of the pressures that lurk behind the cinema's silver screen. This moment in Bale's career, while not defining him entirely, adds a complex layer to our understanding of the actor and the broader dynamics of play in the world of entertainment. Chris Brown. Chris Brown brutally assaulted Rihanna in 2009, a fact that's as straightforward as it is appalling. This wasn't a mere disagreement, it was a violent attack that left her with visible bruises and cuts. The incident not only made headlines but also left fans and the public in utter disbelief. However, this event did not mark the end of Brown's troubling behavior. His subsequent history is littered with altercations, legal troubles, and continued violent behavior. Envision the harrowing experience from Rihanna's perspective, trusting and caring for someone only to be subjected to physical harm by that very person. It's a stark and unsettling reflection of the realities of domestic violence. The gravity of such actions cannot be overstated, nor can the impact they have on the victims. Amidst this, Chris Brown's career trajectory is perplexing and disconcerting. Despite the severity of his actions, he remains a figure in the music industry, continuing to perform, release music, and maintain a public presence. This resilience in his career raises questions about societal values and the entertainment industry's willingness to overlook serious personal failings in the face of talent or popularity. Debates rage on whether Brown has truly faced the consequences of his actions or made amends. The ongoing support he receives divides public opinion, with some arguing for redemption and others highlighting the dangerous precedent it sets regarding accountability for domestic violence. Chris Brown's inclusion in discussions about disturbing figures in entertainment isn't merely about his actions, it's also about the broader implications of his continued prominence. The scenario invites a deeper reflection on the values we uphold as a society and the standards to which we hold public figures accountable. John Travolta. Over the years, allegations have surfaced suggesting Travolta's involvement with organizations and groups that many consider to be of dubious repute. These associations, shrouded in secrecy and speculation, add a layer of intrigue and suspicion to his public persona, suggesting there might be more to the actor than meets the eye. Further intensifying the controversy are whispers of Travolta's engagement with religious sects that exhibit cult-like characteristics. Such claims, while not substantiated, contribute to a growing narrative that portrays Travolta as a figure enmeshed in activities far removed from the glitz and glamour typically associated with Hollywood stardom. Adding to this complex picture are various individuals who've stepped forward with claims of inappropriate behavior, casting a shadow over Travolta's character. The details of these allegations, though not confirmed, have fueled a narrative of a private life marked by actions that starkly contrast with the actor's public image. These layers of controversy collectively challenge the perception of Travolta, suggesting a hidden depth to his life that might contradict the affable and charismatic persona he has long presented. Thus, John Travolta's place among actors with disturbing backgrounds is not merely about his achievements in film, but rather the accumulation of controversies and allegations that have raised questions about who he is beyond the camera's lens. These aspects create a narrative of intrigue and doubt, overshadowing his career and prompting a re-evaluation of his legacy in the entertainment industry. Middle level. Bill Cosby. Over the years, more than 50 women have come forward with allegations against Bill Cosby, claiming he drugged and sexually assaulted them. These weren't just random accusations. They were detailed, consistent, and spanned decades. The stories were eerily similar, involving Cosby offering the women a drink, after which they'd black out or become incapacitated, only to realize later they'd been assaulted. Now, why is this so disturbing? Well, obviously, because he preyed on women and took advantage of them. First, there's the sheer number of allegations. We're not talking about one or two incidents, we're talking about a pattern of behavior that went on for years. Then there's the betrayal of trust. Cosby wasn't just some Hollywood star, he was an icon, a role model, someone who stood for family values. To learn that he was using his position of power and fame to prey on women was a massive crime and seriously creepy. The impact of his actions is another layer of the disturbing cake. The women who came forward faced skepticism, backlash, and the emotional toll of reliving their trauma in the public eye. And let's not forget the legal battles. It took years, but Cosby was finally convicted in 2018, only to have his conviction overturned in 2021 due to a technicality. That twist in the story adds to the frustration and the sense of injustice surrounding the whole situation. And that's why he's a key figure on this disturbing actor's iceberg. It's a stark reminder that sometimes the person we see on screen is very different from the person behind the persona. Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein used his power to take advantage of many women. Over the years, numerous allegations came out against him, painting a picture of a man who thought he was untouchable. The accusations are serious. We're talking about sexual harassment, assault, and even rape. Women in the industry, from actresses to assistants, shared stories of how Weinstein would use his position to coerce them into uncomfortable and non-consensual situations. He promised to help their careers or threatened to ruin them if they didn't comply with his demands. What's really creepy is how systematic and calculated his actions appeared to be. He'd often invite women to hotel rooms under professional pretenses, only for them to realize it was anything but professional. His behavior was an open secret in Hollywood for years, but fear of his influence kept many from speaking out. In 2017, the dam broke. The New York Times and the New Yorker published detailed reports of his misconduct, leading to a flood of more allegations. The scandal was a wake-up call for Hollywood and beyond, sparking the #MeToo movement. It showed how power could be abused and how important it is for voices to be heard, no matter how influential the perpetrator might be. Why is Weinstein's case so disturbing? It revealed a toxic culture that hopefully is on its way to being dismantled. Weinstein's actions represent the broader context of Hollywood and the power dynamics. It's a stark reminder that fame and success can hide some pretty dark realities. Kevin Spacey. In 2017, actor Anthony Rapp accused Kevin Spacey of making an unwanted sexual advance toward him when Rapp was just 14. This accusation opened the floodgates, and soon more people came forward with their own stories about Spacey's behavior. Several men accused him of harassment and assault. These weren't just rumors, the stories were detailed and consistent, painting a picture of a man who used his power and status in the industry to take advantage of others. Why is this disturbing? First off, the sheer number of allegations suggests a pattern of behavior, not just a one-off incident. We're talking about someone who was in a position of power, someone who could make or break careers, allegedly exploiting that position to harass and assault others. And it's not just the allegations themselves that are unsettling. Spacey's response to Rapp's accusations raised eyebrows. He claimed not to remember the encounter but apologized if it did happen, and then he chose that moment to come out as gay. Many people felt this was an attempt to deflect from the serious nature of the accusations, a move that didn't sit well with the public or the LGBTQ+ community. As a result of these allegations, Spacey's career took a nosedive. He was cut from the hit TV show House of Cards and removed from the completed film All the Money in the World, with his scenes reshot with another actor. This was Hollywood signaling that they were taking the accusations seriously. In short, Kevin Spacey's inclusion in this disturbing actor's iceberg isn't just about what he's accused of doing, it's also about the impact of those actions. It's a reminder that even the most successful and respected people can have a dark side, and when that dark side comes to light, it can overshadow everything else they've done. Nick Carter. Beginning in 2020, multiple women came forward with accusations of sexual assault and harassment against Nick Carter. Among these allegations, one woman claimed that he raped her in 2002 when she was 18 years old, while another woman accused him of sexually assaulting her in 2003 when she was 22. The disturbing nature of these allegations lies not only in their severity but also in their multiplicity. The fact that multiple individuals who've come forward over the years with similar accusations suggests a pattern of behavior. Moreover, the power dynamic inherent in these accusations cannot be overlooked. Carter, as a prominent figure in the music industry, held significant influence over these women, who were comparatively less established. Such power differentials can exacerbate the difficulty victims face in coming forward. Compounding the disquietude surrounding this case is the absence of criminal charges against Carter. Despite the gravity of the allegations, no legal repercussions have been forthcoming, leaving a cloud of uncertainty lingering over the matter. In summary, Nick Carter's association with the disturbing actors Iceberg is underscored by the serious and consistent allegations of sexual misconduct against him. These accusations, coupled with the imbalance of power and absence of legal resolution, contribute to the troubling nature of his inclusion on such lists. Deeper level. Amber Heard. Amber Heard accused Depp of domestic abuse, which on its own is a serious and disturbing claim. These accusations led to a massive legal battle that played out in the public eye, with both parties presenting evidence and witnesses. But here's where it gets even more twisted. As the case unfolded, evidence started to emerge that suggested the situation might not be as clear-cut as it first seemed. Recordings were leaked where Heard seemingly admitted to hitting Depp, flipping the narrative on its head. People started questioning who the victim really was in this scenario. This back and forth in the media and court painted a picture of a highly toxic relationship, but the focus on Heard intensified as more details came to light. The court case revealed tons of private text messages, recordings, and testimonies that showed the darker side of their relationship. Heard's claims and the subsequent evidence against her sparked a huge debate about truth, manipulation, and victimhood in the court of public opinion. It opened up conversations about gender, abuse, and how public perception can be swayed by media. Her case is a prime example of how messy and complex such high-profile accusations can be, and it shows that the truth can sometimes be buried under layers of hearsay and public relations spins. In the end, the legal battles, the media circus, and the court of public opinion left everyone with more questions than answers. Heard's involvement in this saga is a reminder of how quickly someone's image can change and how deep the waters of public opinion can run. It's a stark illustration of why she's firmly placed on the disturbing actor's iceberg, not just for what she might have done, but for the whole messy, complicated, and unsettling narrative that unfolded around her. Gary Busey. Gary Busey has an unsettling reputation for his extensive history with the law. Documented cases include charges of drug possession and assault, reflecting a pattern of behavior beyond what might be considered typical for a public figure. What truly sets Busey apart, however, is his behavior off camera. Reports describe him as exhibiting erratic and often nonsensical conduct, leading many to question his mental state. Witnesses recount instances of rambling monologues and bizarre claims, casting a shadow over his public persona. A pivotal event in Busey's life was a motorcycle accident he suffered in the 1980s. The aftermath of this incident revealed significant changes in his demeanor. Formerly regarded as a charismatic and talented actor, Busey's post-accident behavior took on a more aggressive and unpredictable tone, leaving those around him unsettled. One particularly disturbing incident allegedly involved Busey biting a fellow actor on the set of a movie, an act that transcends mere eccentricity and borders on physical assault. Busey's foray into reality television only served to amplify concerns about his mental well-being. His appearances on these programs often showcased behavior deemed strange or incomprehensible, reinforcing public perceptions of him as a troubled individual. In conclusion, Gary Busey's presence on this list of disturbing actors is not attributable to any single event, but rather a culmination of troubling incidents spanning his career. From legal troubles to bizarre behavior and instances of physical aggression, Busey's reputation as a troubled figure is firmly established within the public consciousness. Jared Fogle. Fogle's reputation was severely tarnished in 2015 when he was investigated and subsequently convicted on charges related to child pornography and engaging in illicit sexual conduct with minors. He was sentenced to over 15 years in federal prison. His case received widespread media attention due to the nature of his crimes and his previous public persona as a weight loss spokesperson. The disturbing part about Fogle emerges from the stark contrast between his public image and his criminal actions. He was seen as a role model, someone who made positive life changes and encouraged others to do the same. However, his subsequent conviction of sex crimes involving minors completely shattered this persona. The revelation of his actions was deeply jarring because it contradicted everything he publicly stood for. His involvement in crimes against children is particularly horrifying. The fact that he used his status and wealth to exploit and harm the vulnerable adds an additional layer of repugnance. Jeffrey Jones. In 2002, Jones got busted for possession of child pornography. Yep, you heard that right. When authorities raided his home, they found he had explicit images of minors, but that's not all. He was also accused of hiring a 14-year-old boy to pose for nude photos. Pretty creepy stuff. So what happened to him legally? Jones pleaded no contest to the charges of soliciting a minor to pose for explicit photos. Court's decision? He got 5 years probation, was required to register as a sex offender, and had to undergo counseling. What's more, his case shines a light on the darker corners of Hollywood, where fame and success can sometimes mask unsavory truths. It's a reminder that the characters actors play on screen can be worlds apart from who they are when the cameras stop rolling. Danny Masterson. Danny Masterson faces alarming sexual assault allegations from multiple women, painting a disturbing picture of his behavior since the early 2000s. These aren't isolated claims, but point to a troubling pattern. Adding to the complexity is Masterson's ties to the Church of Scientology, with reports alleging the church's attempts to silence or downplay these accusations, pressuring victims into silence. By 2020, the situation escalated as Masterson was formally charged with raping 3 women, a development that threw him into the heart of a legal storm, despite his not guilty plea. The public and media scrutiny of this case have been intense, reflecting broader societal concerns about sexual misconduct, especially in the entertainment industry. It's particularly unsettling that Masterson continued to work in Hollywood amid these severe allegations, sparking debate about the industry's commitment to ethical standards and accountability. However, a shift seemed to occur when Netflix removed him from The Ranch, a move prompted by public backlash and indicative of a growing intolerance for misconduct, regardless of one's status or influence. This situation underscores a pressing need for a re-evaluation of how the entertainment industry responds to such serious allegations, emphasizing the imperative for accountability and ethical responsibility. Masterson's case is a stark reminder of the challenges and complexity surrounding issues of misconduct, power, and justice in Hollywood. Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson has been accused of a consistent pattern of manipulative and controlling behavior, with several former partners and acquaintances coming forward to share harrowing accounts of their experiences with Manson. The details of these accounts, often marked by chilling descriptions of power dynamics and alleged abuse, have sparked widespread concern and debate about the artist's off-stage conduct. Adding to the controversy surrounding Manson are the unsettling reports of animal cruelty. Allegations that he engaged in acts of torture and killed animals are particularly alarming, drawing not only media attention but also the ire of animal rights advocates and the general public. Such actions, if true, not only contribute to the negative perception of Manson's character, but also evoke a visceral reaction of condemnation and disgust from many quarters. Manson's stage performances, while artistically provocative, have further amplified his controversial image. His live shows, known for their boundary-pushing content, often feature simulated acts of self-harm, ritualistic behavior, and other shocking elements designed to provoke a strong reaction. While some fans see this as part of his artistic expression, others find these performances deeply disturbing, contributing to a sense of discomfort and unease that lingers well after the curtain falls. Furthermore, Manson's alleged associations with occult practices and involvement with questionable organizations have added a mysterious, if not sinister, aspect to his persona. While the full extent of these associations is a matter of speculation, they contribute to the public's unease and fascination with Manson, intertwining with his public image in ways that are often not fully understood, but nonetheless unsettling. The cumulative effect of these aspects of Manson's life and career is significant. When considered together, the disturbing stage antics, troubling personal allegations, and mysterious associations paint a comprehensive portrait of an individual who consistently provokes and unsettles the public. Marilyn Manson's inclusion on the list of disturbing actors is justified by a combination of factors, including his unsettling stage presence, disturbing allegations, and purported connections to controversial circles. While opinions may vary, the accumulation of evidence suggests a troubling pattern that cannot be ignored. Bottom level. Woody Allen. Woody Allen was accused of sexually assaulting his adopted daughter when she was just 7 years old. Imagine, a kid that young dealing with something so horrifying. And it's not just any person she's accusing, it's her adoptive father, someone who's supposed to protect and care for her. This accusation didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's been a cloud over Allen's head for decades.
For the first time in more than 25 years, Woody Allen's wife, Soon-Yi Previn, breaking her silence about their relationship. It's made headlines for years.
Despite these serious claims, Allen has consistently denied all allegations, calling them baseless and pointing to investigations from the 90s that didn't lead to charges against him. But here's where it gets more disturbing. Allen's personal life has had other controversial moments, like his relationship with Soon-Yi Previn, who was essentially his stepdaughter. He was in a long-term relationship with Mia Farrow, Soon-Yi's adoptive mother, and then, next thing you know, he's with Soon-Yi. They got married, and yeah, it's legal, but you can't deny it raises eyebrows and adds a layer of creepiness to his profile. These controversies have cast a long shadow over Allen's career. Actors and actresses have distanced themselves, and the public's perception has definitely taken a hit. Some stand by his artistic achievements, while others can't look past the disturbing allegations. So why is this important? Well, it shows that even the most celebrated figures can have dark sides, and these issues force us to confront uncomfortable truths about people we might admire. It's a reminder that what we see on screen is just one piece of the puzzle, and sometimes behind the scenes, there's a whole lot more going on. Some of it pretty dark. Stephen Collins. During a therapy session with his wife, Stephen Collins made admissions of engaging in inappropriate behavior with underage girls. These revelations were deeply unsettling, particularly given his portrayal of a wholesome paternal figure on screen. The gravity of the situation lies not only in the acts themselves, but also in the breach of trust inherent in his position. Multiple women came forward with accusations of sexual abuse, painting a troubling pattern of behavior. The abuse of power and betrayal of trust are especially disturbing, considering the vulnerable positions of the victims and Collins' influential role in their lives. What adds another layer of discomfort is the existence of recorded therapy sessions where Collins confessed to these reprehensible actions. The leaked recordings provide a chilling insight into the mindset of an individual who'd been viewed as a public figure of respectability. R. Kelly. R. Kelly faced numerous allegations of sexual abuse and misconduct involving underage girls. What makes this particularly disturbing is how long it went on for and how many people were affected. The real turning point in public perception came with the docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, which aired in 2019. The series detailed accounts for many women who came forward with harrowing stories of abuse. They described a pattern of manipulation, control, and intimidation, painting a picture of a man who used his fame and power to exploit young women and girls. One of the most infamous cases involved him allegedly marrying singer Aaliyah when she was just 15 and he was 27. There were also multiple videos and images alleged to show Kelly engaging in sexual acts with minors. These weren't just rumors, they led to legal battles, although he was acquitted in his 2008 child pornography trial. But the allegations kept coming and public outrage grew. In 2019, charges piled up against Kelly, including federal charges of kidnapping, forced labor, and sexual exploitation of a child. In 2021, he was found guilty on multiple charges including sex trafficking and racketeering. His song lyrics and public behavior hinted at his actions, yet he remained a prominent figure in the music industry for years. So why is R. Kelly on this list? Because his actions off-screen shocked the world, showing a disturbing side of a man many once admired. It's a stark reminder that talent can hide a darker truth, and fame can often shield the guilty from facing consequences for far too long. Brian Peck. Brian Peck was convicted for committing lewd acts with a child, specifically a young actor from Nickelodeon.
Former Nickelodeon star Drake Bell is set to share his story of alleged abuse at the hands of Brian Peck, his former dialogue coach, publicly for the first time.
This is about as serious as it gets. Child, someone who should have been safe on set, was exploited by someone they might have trusted. It's a gross breach of trust and a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities present in the entertainment industry. What's even more disturbing is what happened after Peck served his time, a mere 16-month sentence. He was allowed back into the industry, back into an environment where he had access to young actors. Think about that for a second. After committing such grave offenses, he returned to a space filled with potential victims. It raises serious questions about the safeguards in place to protect young talents in the industry. This isn't just about one individual's heinous actions, it's a reflection on Hollywood itself. Peck's ability to re-enter the industry post-conviction points to a larger problem, a system that sometimes seems to prioritize talent and connections over safety and ethics. James Franco. A few years back, allegations surfaced against James Franco where several women accused him of inappropriate behavior and sexual misconduct. These weren't just random rumors, they came from students at his acting school. Yep, he ran an acting school, which kinda makes the whole thing even more unsettling.
2 actresses have sued James Franco and the acting and film school he founded, saying the actor intimidated and exploited the students.
Well, the accusations included him pushing students into performing explicit sex scenes on camera. That's already pretty bad, right? But it gets worse. Some of these scenes were described as not fully consensual, and there were claims that he used his power and position to take advantage of these aspiring actors.
Look, I'll admit, I did sleep with students. I didn't sleep with anybody in that particular class, but over the course of my teaching, I did sleep with students.
These students looked up to him, and he was in a position where he could really impact their careers. So the power dynamics here are just all kinds of wrong. After these allegations came out, Franco's image took a massive hit. He disappeared from the spotlight for a while, and his reputation hasn't really recovered. So why is this disturbing? Well, it's the abuse of power, the betrayal, and the fact that he was supposed to be a mentor to these students. Instead of helping them grow in their careers, he put them in incredibly uncomfortable and, according to the accusations, non-consensual situations. It's a classic case of someone using their status to exploit others, and it's just not cool. It's not just about the movies and the fame. It's about what happens when the cameras stop rolling, and unfortunately, in his case, it's pretty troubling. And there you have it, a deep dive into some of the most disturbing stories from the world of acting. It's a reminder that behind the bright lights and big screens there are real stories, some of which are far from glamorous. Stick around for more revealing insights into the entertainment world and the people who shape it.